Hello, I'm Miriam, co-founder and COO of Keto Chow.
I am Chris, also co-founder, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow, who wants to know,
Can you hear us?
is the sound working okay or is it a bit crackly? Because I do have the external antennas. Anyway, you're brand new to Keto Chow. It's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto easy. We also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for daily updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. These live streams help us be accountable and stay on track. Thank you so much for joining us on our keto journey.
All right, they say they hear us well.
Great.
We had Jennifer pop in at the very beginning. Where did I put the piece of paper? Oh, it's over there. And had some questions about how long it takes to get results. I'm gonna grab it.
Don't. I just want to sit here.
Okay. So I answered her, but by the way, Heath was first and Jerry was second. Let's see. Debbie says, not going to be watching tonight since I don't want to ruin the surprise, waiting for me at home, and I'm not logging into Facebook until after either. Love you all, and talk to you later.
Love you too.
There is an unboxing done by Joe and Rachel.
Which I haven't watched yet, so I'm super sad.
Okay. But if you didn't get the July Chow Club box and you want to know what's in it, you can watch that. Mm-hmm. So we'll be talking about what's in there tomorrow. There have been some
other spoilers too.
Yeah.
I know the Keto Crafter did a spoiler too.
And it's not really a spoiler because it's after the first.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to talk about it until tomorrow. Let's see. Anthony says, "Woot, we're in the pre-live show." Alice is on as well. Lots of early visitors tonight. Hi, everyone from Sarasota, Florida.
Yes.
Shauna says it just doesn't seem to scroll up past your comment. Okay. Let's see.
My hair's looking kind
They're
of
all
weird
talking
today.
back and forth. Candace says the pellet ice, Jerry. I love pellet ice. Okay.
Oh, the little tiny ones? I love those too. Those
Shauna says that hers makes bullets.
Ooh.
Let's see. Heath is talking about his Diamond Dallas Page Yoga.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Let's see. Emily is on. Let's see. People still talking. Blaine just started doing DDPY as well.
Yeah, Blaine.
Let's see. More people talking back and forth. Okay.
What?
Jazumba is on. Oh, Heath says he eagerly paid for the subscription. He was always a DDP yoga fan.
Oh, cool.
But then he saw his interview with Joe Rogan. Okay. People talking back and forth. Okay, so here we go. Shauna, yeah, nice sound. Mimi is on, so is Patty.
Nice.
Donna gave us a thumbs
Hi,
up.
Danita.
Rhiannon says that, Miriam, that you're crackly.
That's because
Here,
we put the ugly ones in.
Okay.
So now it's even uglier.
Okay.
Is that better? It's because you were too busy looking at all of those other comments instead of the ones that when we were on. It's a bit crackled on Facebook, Blaine says. So
Okay.
tell us if this is any better to have a little, a little mouse tail.
Jonah says July. Yeah, I meant the June box. Yes, sorry. Amanda is on from Kentucky. So is Carla. Not from Kentucky. Anyway, Lynette's on.
Hi, guys.
Yes, I did mean June. There are no spoilers for the July box. I did mean June.
Yes.
I'm not sure what I'm talking about. Deb is on from Vermont. Day one of all Keto Chow.
Oh,
for June.
yay.
Nice. Rhonda says, hola, bears and chow
Hola.
fan. Let's see. Denise says, thanks for the awesome June box. It's amazing.
Nice. I'm glad you like it.
Oh, Blaine actually started DDPY in 2019. Oh, okay.
Cool beans.
Patty says that's better. Blue Dove said I made the natural strawberry Keto Chow ice cream with peanut butter.
Ooh. Peanut butter makes everything better, right?
It does. Jerry says, don't worry about the ugly look. We can hear you, so that's all that's important.
I know, but it is ugly. Like,
Well,
it's like I'm just holding a little mouse.
What you can do, sorry, this is going to make a lot of noise.
Just put it in your shirt. Then I'll be even uglier.
Hey, there you go. Confident Fit Mom, or Jenn, right?
Oh.
Confident Fit Mom's name is Jenn? Did I get that right?
No.
I'm fairly sure. It just says mouse tail for the win. Fanny says, hi all.
Looks still dorky.
It's smaller. Johnny is on from Shreveport, Louisiana.
Ooh.
Diana's having a snickerdoodle right now. My new chow order was shipped today. Things are going good in the world.
They are.
Leanne
They
is
are going good in the world.
Shauna says, Miriam, no mic can make you ugly. You're beautiful.
Thank you.
Let's see. Sarah says, I hope you're having a great evening hi from Kentucky. Got a notification today that my order had already shipped from the Memorial Day sale.
Yeah.
They were just nailing it today.
Yeah, they were.
So most of our orders come in over the weekend and then get shipped out on Monday.
So Monday's our biggest day.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
So you were going to say words.
Oh, they say now it's in staticky, and the shirt is a bad idea. Okay.
Yeah, why don't we just go back to the non-ugly kind?
Because then we're tethered down. Sorry. Just says, good evening. I had a snickerdoodle Keto Chow pancakes with extra cinnamon. I swear, just like French toast.
There. We don't need too many necklaces.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Crackle, crackle, crackle. Leave the mouse tails out. Katrina says, I finally got my chocolate box today, and I won't say what's in it. Just that I loved it. Thank you, Miriam.
Yay.
I was so hoping you would gift us one of those, and it's getting even cuter than I imagined.
Yay!
Carol's on. Hashtag Colorado Keto Lady.
Hi, Carol.
What is the flavor of the week?
So the flavor of the week is strawberry.
No, it just sits there chewing.
Does it have any sound?
It has no sound at all.
Oh.
So,
it's Strawberry Go Packs.
Strawberry Go Packs. They're 36% off, which actually makes them the same $63 price that the big bag of strawberry would have been if it was 10% off. So, there you go. Karen says, I love that strawberry ad. Dan says, you just said, yes, indeed. Made me think of Wendy.
Yes, indeed.
This says, I'm kind of excited to have mailed Keto Chow supplies in my chow box to get to unbox again.
Yeah, it's a surprise.
Blaine says, the June box is a recipe for organization.
A recipe for disaster.
Oh, Amber says the crackle is only on Facebook. It's not on YouTube, which is weird because it's the same stream going out to both places.
That is super weird.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that.
Is it still being dumb? Because we can switch. I mean, I don't know if we can switch, but we can tell us if it's still being crackly.
Diana says, I love the single servings. Rhonda says she's fasting until tomorrow, but I've got my chows ready. Chocolate, strawberry, caramel macchiato, shakes, orange cream. Prepare for ice cream. Can't wait.
Nice.
We only have, you are not going to believe this.
I'm not?
In the fridge, there are only 2 sticks of butter, period.
No. How did this happen?
I don't know, but I'm going to make 2 batches on, I'm going to make 2 batches tonight. I have to go to Sam's Club and get more. Yeah, you have, I think, 3 left.
But I already went to the store today.
Yeah. So, how the heck did that happen? I don't know.
We stopped meal planning. We should do that again.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm going to have to make some tonight because I don't have anything for tomorrow. Oh, it's Grilling Wednesday, right?
I got it. Grilling Wednesday. That means we don't need it.
I'm going to have just meat tomorrow. There we go.
Buddha says,
butter shortage, yes.
It's so sad. Well, I have some news that you're not going to want to hear.
What's that?
It's completely
Me
irrelevant.
or them?
Yes, everyone. So I decided something today. I want a new set of dishes.
Is that why you were measuring stuff?
Yeah. Okay, so there's actually a real reason. We have this huge drawer next to our dishwasher, and it's just too heavy. The dishes we have are just too darn heavy. They're heavy. The bowls we don't use because they're like super wide, and they're like this wide.
Okay. So you're gonna get new stuff? Okay. We have to get cut off.
But I want to say something.
Then say it.
Okay, so I want a shallower set.
Okay.
that's lighter and that you can fit more plates in the same amount of space, like more dishes in the same amount of space. I don't need the cups, but I want the plates. And we just use the little plates and the big plates. And then the set of dishes I want has 2 different size bowls that nest pretty well. It's the same set your mom has, by the way. And I already know I like it because I've used it at her house. But I decided I'm not going to buy it until I meet one of my goals. So I'm going to make a goal and accomplish it so that I can buy those dishes.
Okay.
So isn't
That's
that great?
Good non-food.
That's a non-food prize. Yeah. Yes, it'll be a big prize, but I can get 2 sets, which means I can have 2 goals.
Now you have 2 goals. All right. TC's Life says it went away when we took it out of our shirt. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, we guessed it. That wouldn't work.
Keto Crafter says my box was larger this month, and I thought I got shipped the wrong subscription.
Yes.
Once I opened it, I realized why it was larger.
Yeah.
They all went out, and that's normally the 60. Carol says our mail is behind because of the holiday. I don't know when my Chow Club box will be here.
I hope you like it.
Yep. Candace says, is the monthly meal month 15% new? So just to
be confusing again.
Sharing. Okay, so we're gonna go shop. Oh my gosh, why is that up?
I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna go to Chow subscriptions.
Okay.
We're gonna go to the Chow Club monthly meal box.
I think we should make the box look like that with the diamonds. I think it's cute.
So the first month, you get 10% off the regular price. The second month that you stay subscribed, the second time it renews, it is effectively 12% off.
I know 2%
the regular price.
Isn't very much, but everything adds up, right?
And the third month that you stay subscribed, it's 15% off the regular price. So instead of starting off at 112, it starts off at 101. Or if you get the 60 meal, it starts off at 193. So that's something that's actually been there from the beginning.
Yep.
So because we want to encourage people to stay subscribed. And yeah.
Also, we have exclusive deals that are just for the Chow Club. So if anybody wants to get a hold of those deals, then when they're subscribed, they'll be able to see there's a page that we put different things on, and they're getting early access to stuff. So that's kind of fun.
Yep. For instance, the Father's Day bundle is now live on our site, and it was available a little early to Chow Club subscribers.
Yep.
So, yeehaw.
And we're supposed to have a video announcing the Father's Day, but I don't think we found it.
I actually looked for it, couldn't find it.
Okay.
Ron says, I accidentally made strawberry chiffon ice cream tonight. I added the pack of strawberry True Lemon as it was churning, and it turned it gelatin-like.
Wow, that's funny. Was it delicious still? That's what I want to know.
Rossiana says, my Chow box was just delivered today. Thank you. I was almost feeling left out.
Yay.
Nan had her first chocolate mint today, and I'm in love with it.
I love chocolate mint.
Maitreya says, yes. Okay.
Yes,
Jerry says, oh, I forgot. The movie was The Parent Trap. The original with Haley Mills. It was awesome again. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to watch that. So you haven't even watched Joe and Rachel's June challenge.
Not the entire thing. Oh, not the June challenge thing.
So what their challenge is, so you watch a bunch of old movies for the month, right? They picked out a bunch of movies.
Okay.
And from, like, their childhood. And you're supposed to be thinking about, like, pick a movement out of the movie to do for that week.
Okay.
And then also think about things that may, either be a trigger for you or a memory for you, that you can maybe address, and the movie might bring those things to mind. So some things like, I'm trying to remember how they explained it, but it was something like maybe you have movie snacks because it's associated with this thing, and so how can you address the movie snacks? How can you address, like, maybe why you overeat because of this, or, maybe just different things that could trigger you. I'm sorry, I probably did a horrible job.
Okay. So what you're saying is I should watch the video?
Yes!
Okay, I will do that. Anyway, back to the Father's Day.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
Just that's one of the things we need to talk about.
Yes, Father's Day.
I'll go to limited edition products. It should be right there. Here it is. A swag bag for Dad.
Yeah.
So, so it is 3 meals of Keto Chow
Mhm.
plus something to drink out of. It could
Surprise.
be a blender bottle. It could be a water bottle.
Paper
It's
cup.
a
Oh,
random
just
thing.
kidding. It's not a paper cup.
And there's at least 3 additional swag items. It could be anything. We have a lot of stuff, lots of swag stuff. A lot of it's from before the Chow Club. That's just kind of hanging out. And so we decided to make a random bundle for Dad. I don't think there's actually a unicorn.
I wish there was.
But, yeah. And apparently, and Miriam loves giving things away. So
I
happy
love
Father's
giving
Day.
things away. So happy Father's Day.
Yep. So they were getting close to running out, but we ordered more stuff.
There's still less than there was earlier when we we ordered the stuff.
In fact, I have to. Anyway, I'm not.
There's a surprise in there.
There is a surprise in there. Anyway.
It's funny. I wish the video was there.
Shauna says new dishes are fun, and she loves that dish drawer so much. For a short person, that's the best invention ever.
Nice.
Ron says, based on my estimate and the type of surprises we're receiving by the year 2042, Chow Club members should be receiving a car for their surprise.
Yes.
Maitreya
I
says,
hope
yes.
it's a cute color.
Non-food rewards.
Yeah.
Leanne says, I watched the AM stream. That must have been terrifying. I'm so happy it turned out perfect and the kids are fine.
It was terrifying.
It's
we were terrified.
Yeah. For those of you who missed it, one of our daughters was lost in the middle of a lake.
Yesterday for 3 hours.
Yeah. And I drove up and down and up and down.
She was on a wave runner with 2 friends.
Yep.
And we just couldn't find her. And she couldn't find us.
And the scary thing was, last week, 2 adult men died of hypothermia on that lake.
Just because their wave runner tipped over and they just were in the water for too long.
Yep.
And they couldn't flip it over. And of course, we didn't hear about that until after, so thank heavens.
I had actually heard about that beforehand.
I
That's
didn't
why
hear about
I had assumed the worst case scenario.
The thing is, like, that wave runner is so big, I don't think they would have been able to tip it over.
Oh, I've tipped that wave runner over.
I mean, back over.
Oh,
if
back
it was
over.
upside
Yes.
down. So they would have been in the same state. And that's super sad. But what happened was they just were driving around and they hit a sandbar and they pushed it out and then they just kind of were hanging out on the shore.
Yep.
And they were fine.
It turned out the best possible scenario it could
The
have.
Coast Guard found them.
Yep. My family says good evening. Kristen says, random question for behind the scenes. How long did it take Keto Chow to become sustainable as a business on its own for you and your family? It was sustainable a lot longer than I actually had, recognized as being such. Keto Chow first started in 2015, and when I was doing my taxes in I think it was 2018? No.
2017.
2017. I was doing my taxes in 2017, and my total federal tax burden was, 4.5 times my salary from my real job.
Yeah. And so he's doing the 2 full-time. So I was working at Keto Chow during the day, mixing and shipping and having all the people, which wasn't a ton of people. No. And it was out of our kitchen, so...
Well, at that point, we had actually moved to the other location.
And
that was in 2016.
We were still only working till, noon or 1 o'clock every day.
So September of 2016, we moved to the other location and had a company doing all of the mixing and everything, all the packaging for us. And it was a good 1.5 years before I finally stopped my other job. And actually, it's closer to 1 year and 4 months when I stopped my other job and started doing it full time. We actually had full-time employees at that point.
Yeah, before he quit. And you know what? He could have quit sooner, but we have 6 kids, and
we had really good insurance.
Our insurance was really good, so it was really hard to let go of that part of it. Because I was working, and he was just doing stuff in the evenings. So you were, ordering different, food and bags, and not food, I mean... Ingredients and bags, and I just literally mixed and I kept inventory, and I shipped and did the employee stuff. So.
Yep. Okay. Oh, Blue Devil wants to know what kind of goal, weight or activity, to get the dishes.
That's a good question.
Haven't figured that out yet? Okay.
Yeah, because I just decided today that I want them. Well, and what brought it on is the drawer is kind of.
I just need to put another.
I know, but it's happened multiple times, which means it's still too heavy. So it's kind of sagging down, and it's hitting the drawer underneath it, and we're not paying attention. It kind of hits, and I don't want it to break because they're fairly new.
To everyone's absolute surprise, Maitreya says she rewards herself with cycling stuff.
That's a surprise.
Older Pennsylvania says, I'm not a father and don't have a father. Is it wrong for me to get myself the Father's Day deal?
Absolutely
Asking
not.
for a friend? Nope. I actually think it even says.
You can even give it to yourself and say, Happy Father's Day to me.
Candace says, I have no goal this month. I have a goal this month not to eat candy for the entire month of June.
That's a great
fantastic
goal.
one. Shauna says, I'm excited for my Father's Day bundle. Jerry says, I love the Father's Day email. You actually used crap.
Yeah, sorry. Well, we're playing off the bag of crap from Woot, but then we realized that we don't think this stuff is crap.
No, all the stuff in there is actually really cool.
But it does communicate to you that it's stuff that we already have. So, yeah.
Okay.
We didn't want to use it, but then we used it anyway.
Kevin says, I'm back. Had to run over to the 2KK page to check out the box contents.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Keto Crafter says, Shelly, get another dog. There you go. Let's see. Confident Fit Mom says, does adding gelatin to chow before churning into ice cream make it thicker? So that is...
It probably would, yeah. That's one of the questions we have.
That's a really good question. So, Andrea asked, can you make Keto Chow into ice cream if it has gelatin in it and it's like pudding?
I don't know. Have you done it?
I have not done that.
What? We have to do that now.
But there was the question, so... And here's the thing. I've made Keto Chow into ice cream when it's mixed up with butter, and I made it when it's mixed up with heavy cream, and I didn't like the feeling of the butter coating the spoon.
Yeah, which is funny because we didn't really get annoyed with the Keto Chow that tastes like butter. It was just this feeling on the spoon.
Because it would just form it.
It feels like you're taking the spoon and dipping in butter. So
apparently I will need to try it out. So to answer your question, I don't know.
I know Holly's made it, but I can't remember what she said about it. Should I text her?
Denise says, do you still get the exclusives even if paused?
Yes.
I think so. I know you don't
because you're still subscribed. So as long as you don't cancel, you should still get the exclusives.
Jazuma's excited for the car in 2042.
Yeah.
I think it's in 2045 that there's going to be an eclipse that goes right through Utah. We're really looking forward to that.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Uh-huh. Karen says, yeah, that email is so funny. Yes, you read that right. For My Boys says, love the June challenge that Joe and Rachel are doing. I'm so excited.
Yeah, the one that I didn't explain very good.
Brianna says, I didn't add gelatin. I add strawberry true lemon, and it made it more gelatin-like. Yes.
Ah, I see.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Devin says, I'm so excied to have figured out that I can enjoy my big bag of chocolate mint. I have found mixing it with cookies and cream makes it less minty. Oh, wow.
Oh,
and Blaine went a little crazy this weekend and ordered 3 of the Father's Day bags.
I hope they're different.
I hope they are all different.
Or they're all the same.
Because there's quite the variety of stuff that's going into them. Let's see. Dania says, I found 2 dad swag bags. Can I get your permission to give one to my husband and keep one for my... Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, she said I bought.
Or you could just keep them for yourself.
Shauna wants the albino unicorn.
Aww.
Brandon says, if your dad likes unicorns, you could request a drawing of one.
That's right. The shippers draw pictures.
Adriana says, playing around with the amounts of fat and number of Keto Chow shakes. Going to try 3 shakes a day with 1 tablespoon of butter in each.
Nice. And if you get hungry, just have a little bit more fat. Or some protein.
Bob says, UPS is such a tease. They kept promising my club box would arrive Friday. When it didn't show up, I checked, and they had to delay it until today. It finally arrived and was worth the wait.
Yay!
Maitreya says, discovered the original 20-ounce Keto Chow Hydro Flask. Fits my bike bottle holder. Ooh. So I can have ice for long rides.
Nice. I miss those old Hydro Flasks.
Jen says, oh man, it was
scary.
Terribly scary. Karen says, was your daughter scared and panicking while waiting to be found?
We got really lucky because she had a boy and girl with her, and she was really worried about freaking out in front of them, so she kept it together.
Yep.
And she actually didn't even cry. It was a miracle.
Yeah. And yes, Blaine, we are so grateful. That
We
they're
are
okay.
so grateful.
Leah says, hi guys, Leah and Steve from the Keto Cruise and KetoCon. We loved hanging out with you guys and the kiddos on the
Friends.
wave machine. Hopefully you're doing well. So glad to hear your daughter's okay. How scary.
yeah.
We love your chow and we're looking forward to the new flavors. Well, it's good to talk to you again. Hey, that's fantastic.
So fun.
Confident Fit Mom
Hope you
says,
guys
was
are
your
doing good.
previous job in IT? My previous
Yes.
job was I was a system administrator and network administrator, and then I got shunted over to running a Salesforce.com instance for a nonprofit. I also have done wedding videography, as well as a bevy of other techie stuff.
Do you want to know what I did?
Miriam
It's obvious.
used to not be gainfully employed outside the home. But
I
to
used to just stay
say that a
home.
mother of multiple sets of twins does not work is frankly an insult.
I thought it was so funny. Okay, so I used to stay home with the kids. It was just Keto Chow that got me out of the house for my first job after we got married even. And I had a friend ask me once, well, what do you do all day? I'm like clean up this room, and then I clean it up again, and then I clean it up again. All I do is clean the same room all day long. Like, oh, I make food, then I clean up the food. Then I make food, then I clean up the food. Then I clean up the room, then I clean up the room. It's so boring. And I change diapers, but it's okay. I love it. I love my babies.
Elise had a good question. Have you guys made cooking videos using Keto Chow?
We have a little bit. We have a bunch of Chef Taffy.
So, if you go to, let's see.
What?
Where's your video? So there. Oh, this is the channel. I don't want the channel.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
What? Why
Now people are seeing the view counts. What the heck?
Now they know.
Okay.
Awesome. Now they're looking at what you watch.
I know. Where is...
June Chow unboxing giveaway right there.
Where?
No.
No, that's Joe and
not
Rachel.
That's not it.
Let's
I was
see.
just saying that.
Okay.
Your channel.
Your channel. There it is.
Your channel, not your channel.
Okay. Look, we're live right now. So if you go here to playlists,
Okay.
if you go to Keto Chow and you go to playlists, here is Keto Chow recipes, and I can copy that. And there are quite a lot of recipe videos. Of course, the best one is this making Keto Chow into ice cream, where I walk over to an ice cream maker and dump it in, and that's it. But no, most of these are with Chef Taffy, and Miriam's in some of them, and Holly.
Mostly I'm not, because I think I look funny, like towering over Taffy. So it looks better with Holly. They framed it better.
Jared says, "Oh, the audio keeps dropping." Huh. Okay.
Dang it.
Let's see. Mary says, "What are you dreaming about for the company for the future?" I don't know. We're just kind of going with it.
Yeah, we just want to help people. That's what we want to do.
Blaine says, "Now Keto Chow provides good insurance for your employees."
Yeah.
We provide the best insurance that you can really get. The problem is that unless you have a massive company with a huge group insurance plan, you just don't get good insurance.
Yeah, it's okay. Like, it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
The other one was just, like, super good.
Okay. Ali says, I ordered 2 Father's Day bundles. Awesome.
Nice.
He says, since you skipped it, I'll say it again. DDPY helped me tone my legs.
Oh, nice.
Sean says, well, you already have Keto Chow, and you send that to us. Okay. Devin says, I chuckled when I opened my email. Laura says, I accidentally got spoiled on the Chow Club surprise, so I ordered the Father's Day box. So I was subscribed.
That's a good idea.
I'm surprised to open. And people ask us, why are we so cagey and so funny about what the surprise is?
And we just want it to be a surprise.
We just want it to be a surprise for people, yeah.
But we can't change the post. Like, we tried to send it at different times, and it just doesn't always work out the way we want to.
Blue Ev says, did you guys give away all the ice cream makers? Yeah, I think
we gave away 3.
Some of them today.
We shipped some today.
So, Mike says I'm late. What did I miss? We talked about the July Chow Club.
Yeah, you missed it. We told everybody the story about what was coming.
Yeah, no, we didn't. Ron says I made the ice cream with xanthan and makes it creamier.
Yeah.
This is the ice cream maker. It changes the molecular structure of the Keto Chow in the machine. I don't know about that, but
Changes some things.
Jerry says, weird audio. My YouTube stream changed the volume. Wow.
That is weird.
Lane says, I kind of hope I get 3 blender bottles. Carol's Chow Club box just got there.
Yay, Carol!
Shauna says, I think I may have asked for them to just draw me something that makes them happy.
Oh my gosh, you're so cute.
Lisa says, do you think putting unopened big bags in the freezer will keep them fresher longer? So it will slow down the oxidation and the chemical reactions. So it's going to make it last longer. How much longer? I really don't know. Now, in the bags, those bags are actually way more expensive and way more protective than they need to be. So the 2-year shelf life on them is actually probably more like 3 years until they're opened. And then how long they last after that is a function of the humidity in your area.
Yep.
I actually wouldn't bother storing them if they're unopened in the freezer, but if they are opened and you're worried about not using them very fast, then storing them in the freezer will, because the humidity is very low in a freezer. So anyway, you can do that. Kenneth says, can 1 serving of Keto Chow fit in a snack bag? All the snack bags I've tried, I like the ones that are square rather than the ones that are really wide.
Yeah, the long ones, it's easier to get the Keto Chow stuck in the seal.
Yeah.
So if you do the square snack bags, it'll fit.
Danita says, remember that movie Blue Lagoon? Never seen it.
I don't think
I also
so.
haven't ever seen Titanic.
I have not seen Titanic
I understand
either.
the boat sinks, though, so spoiler alert.
And it's sad.
Rossian says, I made a blender Keto Chow ice cream using gelatin all the time and love it. It becomes more like a chiffon and doesn't melt so quickly like plain ice cream. Love
Cool.
it.
That's awesome.
Nice. Oh, Carol says she might record her reaction.
You should, because then I can see your cute face.
Ronna says, Joe is so funny with his Jablex reveal video. He doesn't want to give it away, but Rachel is making him. It's hysterical.
I need to watch it.
Diane says, I really want to be able to try apple pie and s'mores. Please.
Oh, you should.
I was just about to say something about the, anyway. About
Did you get the chow box?
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to say?
Jen says, I only have 2 kids. You're a saint. Well, see, here's the thing.
We only had 4 pregnancies.
We only had 4 pregnancies.
We actually had 5 pregnancies because we lost one.
Oh, that's true. There
was only 4 full terms.
Let's see. Older Pennsylvania says, I love your bulk chaffle making video. Blue Dev says, ever since Joe revealed that Keto Chow can rise and act like flour, I'm pretty excited about the recipes.
It's really cool. It's not exactly like flour, but when you've been baking with almond flour and stuff, I just get so sick of almond flour. I mean, I still like it. I'm still grateful that we can use it, but it just gets old after a while.
Jessica has a question. Says, I don't have all the recipe cards. Didn't get all the chow boxes or bundles. Will you ever sell the recipe cards for those who like cards, like in batches, how they came out? I'd be all over that.
We don't, we haven't decided if we're going to do that. We don't have all of them that we've made anyway because we've ordered like a specific amount and then usually we'll sell them. We do have some random stuff. We may do something like that in the future, but we're not sure.
Yep.
Sorry.
Brandon says, we love making Keto Chow into ice cream. Our kids love it too.
Yeah.
Jerry says, I made s'mores Keto Chow and apple pie Keto Chow today in the fridge marinating for overnight drinking tomorrow. I haven't made either before. I'm having lemon for dinner and it's delicious.
Pair ahead. Skip mine 2 twice.
What? What the heck?
What does that mean?
I don't know. Patsy is watching from Blackfoot, Idaho. Are you the person? No, it was, where'd they drive down from? Pocatello. Somebody drove down from Pocatello.
Yes, and I didn't even get to say hi to them.
Well,
make sure when you come to Keto Chow, you tell us where you're from, because we want to know.
Blaine points out, licorice camping fear factor for Joe.
Blaine.
He says, do you ever have plans to make an employee work remotely, say from someplace like Texas? Here's the thing.
Can you make cabinets from Texas
The
for me?
problem with doing that
It's hard.
It's not about being hard. It's that creates an economic nexus in that location. So we have to file all these taxes and all these other things in Utah as wherever else the person is working.
Yeah, but Texas has better tax laws than we do, right?
They're still about as onerous as...
It's just different. They just have different laws. Man, tax laws are a pain in the butt.
And we've had to collect sales tax in
Yeah.
Texas because we did KetoCon back in 2017.
Yeah, even on
So ever since
years that
2017.
we don't do a
Yep.
show there, we have to collect
We still have
sales
to.
tax
We will have to collect sales tax until the company
until we
ends.
die.
But in Texas specifically. But we don't have to do all the payroll stuff in Texas because we don't have any employees. So I am unwilling, sorry, to have any remote employees outside of Utah.
Honestly, he's just doing it for me because I like people so much. So why don't you just move here? Then we'll hire you and you can work with
Miriam
me.
actually tried to have one of our friends who lives in California do work for us, and I said they have to be a 1099 contractor.
That was a pain in the
It
butt.
was a pain in the butt.
Still a pain in the butt.
Lula says, I really like the surprise aspect of my Chow box. No one is brave enough to buy me presents, so it's my only mystery gift in the world. Yes. Carol says, I decided to weigh my Chow today. They are all different amounts. Yes, they are.
Yeah, they are a little bit.
Ronna says, do we get rewards points for the Father's Day swag? Yes.
Yes, any purchase you make, you get rewards points for, period.
Just make sure you have a rewards account first.
Mm-hmm.
Shauna says that door was big enough for two.
Wait,
okay.
What door?
I don't know.
Blue
Blue Dove. Here's the Titanic summary. Oh, here you go. You got.
The door that she was laying on in the boat.
I only know about that because of MythBusters, where they tested out whether it was big enough for two, and it totally was.
Well, you could see that it was big enough for two.
Paula says, yes, you need to send Joe 2 Crazy Kilos another recipe box. He went on and on about not wanting to give it up. Rachel said, yes, we are. Lupin flowers. Danita says lupin flowers and new almond flowers, as long as you don't have a peanut allergy.
Because it's a
legume. I don't know.
We actually bought some lupin flower.
We have some. I made Black Tie Kitchen's pizza crust recipe.
I even have a jar to decant it into.
Okay.
But I haven't done it yet.
Deb says for the older recipe cards, maybe consider selling a digital download if we purchase them, print, and cut them out ourselves.
We have, most of the recipes are on the site. They're just not in a card form. They're just, like a paper. So you can print them out. And for years, I had a recipe box, and it literally had paper, and I folded it over. I folded it like this.
Now it's just a pile of papers outside of it. We
so
don't do that. Okay.
Just say it's amazing, honey.
It's amazing. He says we should just move the whole operation to Houston. Blaine says, yeah, there's no income tax in Texas.
That's super tempting.
But you still have to do all the payroll stuff. You have to do unemployment, and you have to do workers' compensation, and you have to do 941s.
Really, isn't everything bigger in Texas? So then all those fees would be bigger?
I don't know about that. Renee says I got to meet some awesome faces this past weekend. Just the faces. That's kind of creepy. Let's see. Shelly says we just made Heath happy and submitted an app for his adorable rescue Pyrenes.
Oh, what? I missed it. I don't know what that means.
It's a dog.
Oh, okay.
Renee says yay. Shelly says hey everyone. Leanne says learned about rewards after my first order, which was large for me. You can contact our customer service people.
We can see that you did it and can give you credit back for it. Speaking of Steph, has anybody heard how Jimmy's doing?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
I haven't been on Facebook almost at all today, so I hope.
Meg says, dang, I would work for you, but I don't want to leave my 1 acre in rural Idaho.
Oh,
I can't say I blame you.
Just commute.
Blue Dove says decant. Good word, Miriam. Blaine says, se mueve the whole company to amarillo.
Yeah.
Pero no me gusta cosas que son amarillo.
¿Cómo?
Luke says, hi. Shelly says, if we move there, do we both get hired? I don't know.
You got skills.
You got,
tetherball skills.
Judy says, I love Keto Chow. I went dairy-free for about 6 months, and I'm now going to try the whey protein to see if the GI issues are better.
Okay.
And just so you're aware, Keto Chow uses milk protein isolate. Yep. I know that's a bit of a niggly detail.
Yep.
But milk protein isolate is the proteins that are in cheese and the proteins that are in whey. Because you take milk, you make cheese, and what's left over is whey. So, there you go. The milk protein tends to digest a lot slower
than whey protein.
But it is still a complete protein. So, speaking of not that, Jennifer had a good question on the Facebook support group. She wants to know what flavors work best with the different fats. Particularly, she had a question about avocado oil.
You know what? I have done almost every flavor of Keto Chow with avocado oil, and I like it. Because it brings out the flavor more, kind of like butter does.
Yeah.
It's just thinner. Like it's as thin as like water because it just doesn't thicken up very well.
Now that said, if I'm going to do that, I'm just going to use butter.
Yeah, unless you're somewhere where you don't have a microwave.
Or we only have 2 sticks of butter left. I actually might use some avocado oil.
I
That's
should
a good
do
point.
that too.
I have
We
noticed.
have a lot of avocado oil.
I don't like mixing up Keto Chow with avocado oil just in a shaker bottle. It just doesn't taste as good.
It's not as perfect.
But
There's
if I
something about
emulsify it using a blender or an immersion blender,
that much.
I
I'd
think
mix it with butter with a shaker. If it gets chunky, it's fine.
So, I don't know. Yeah, the flavors come through stronger if you use butter or avocado oil. You can also use coconut oil. And a lot of people really like, for instance, the orange.
Yeah,
with
any of the fruity flavors with coconut oil I think is good.
And if you use, so there's kind of 2 different types of coconut oil. You've got the refined coconut oil and the unrefined. The unrefined has a coconut
flavor. Yeah.
Refined coconut oil, they've filtered all that
anything. But then a lot of times if you use the refined coconut oil, that's the one that doesn't taste right.
Mm-hmm.
It's MCTs. And
it does
so
have
if you
MCTs.
use a lot, you could have it go through you, which may be a good thing.
Well, and this leads us, this goes right into Jenn, different Jenn, had 2 questions. How do you mix Keto Chow with coconut oil and avoid clumping?
Yes.
And since MCT comes from coconut oil, will it cause tummy problems like MCT oil?
It's very possible that it would cause tummy problems.
I haven't ever experienced tummy problems from actual coconut oil. Now, if I've used liquid coconut oil, which is usually like 50% or more MCT, yeah, that's been a problem. But just straight up, like the coconut oil that in Utah is solid at room temperature, then I haven't had any problems. But how do you keep it from clumping?
So you got to melt it. Just do the same way you do with butter. So melt the coconut oil and then have the water that you mix with it warm enough that it won't cause the coconut oil to solidify it. And you can use a shaker, but it still is easier to use a blender or an immersion blender.
Yep. Renee wants to know, do y'all need our own a physical therapist at Keto Chow?
Yes, and a massage therapist. So marry one of those and bring them, would you?
Hey, I rubbed your back a little in the closet this morning.
Thanks.
John says, and the proteins are in the way.
Oh
boy, am I tired. Paula says, I've been using Keto Chow for 5 days, having a different flavor each day. Love them all. That's awesome. Let's see. He says, during our estate sale. Okay, question. Estate sales usually mean that somebody died. Did somebody actually die?
Did you die?
Or were you guys just having a yard sale / garage sale?
Oh, in Texas, is that what it's called?
It might be. I don't know.
Because here, if it's an estate sale, it's because somebody died.
Yeah. Anyway, during our sale, several folks asked if we were selling the house. Now I'm thinking about it. But the problem is then you have to buy a new house.
And what's the housing prices like there? Because here, they're through the roof.
Shauna says the last 3 days before vacation just drags on.
Oh, yeah, she's going.
We have Wednesday and Thursday, and that's it. And then the kids are out of school, and we don't have to get up until 7 o'clock anymore.
Yeah.
Well, you have to get up so you can go walking.
I know, I walk at 5:50, but that's not 5:15.
That's true.
It's still another little bit of time. Plus, I can just come back from my walk and climb into bed. Why are you wearing leggings and tennis shoes? I don't know.
Blue Dev says, I have some frozen avocado from the store in my freezer. Keep being tempted to use that in Keto Chow.
Try it.
Incidentally, back before we learned about butter, you look into the history of Keto Chow. Originally, we thought you could only use heavy cream.
Yep.
Then we found out about avocado oil because of one of our good friends who's down in South Carolina.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, is that why we were using
That was Johnny Rockets.
Johnny Rockets.
Yeah.
I miss Johnny Rockets.
I know. Anyway, But we learned from him about avocado oil. Then we learned about butter. But along the way, we found that you can actually, using a blender, use an actual avocado as part of the fat component. So
Yep.
it just, if you like that flavor, it works really
You
well.
know what would be good with avocado?
What's that?
The taco.
And I did fix the to-go packs of taco just in time for the sale that we had
Oh,
over the
that's
weekend.
good.
Yep.
Good.
But-
Yeah, the taco would be good with avocado and some ground beef.
Elderpins Fanny says, I will be trying the coconut oil with all of the citrus flavors.
Oh,
Nice.
yes. Do tell me what you think.
Blue Dove says coconut oil can cause issues if you aren't used
Yeah,
to it.
well, and I think that the thing is, too, like, depending on how much you put in it, so you could even use butter and some coconut oil, which I've done that before, and I haven't had any problems with it. But if you're eating other foods around it, if you have a steak or something, like, it's probably not going to give you a problem. It's if you eat 3 keto chows a day with all that oil, that's probably when it's going to be
that's
super
where you're.
problematic.
Renee, you're digging yourself a hole here, Renee. She says, I also got my licensed massage therapist license right after I finished physical therapy because I'm very hands-on.
I'm down.
And a spa certification, just saying.
Let's go.
Stacy says, I went to an estate sale where the person was going to a nursing home.
Oh,
They
wow.
didn't die then, but they sadly died shortly thereafter.
Well, and really, like, that makes sense. Even if they were going to a nursing home, they wouldn't be able to take care of their things. So, probably would help pay for the facility if they were going to a nursing home. Oh, that's sad.
He says, we had planned to do a garage sale, but we had so many big items that I did not want to move it in and out of the house. We decided to just let everyone in to look at it. I guess maybe that's what this defines in the estate sale?
Yeah, because people just walk through the house.
That's weird. Jerry says only 347 days until the Low Carb Cruise 2022 in Orlando, Port Canaveral.
And then we'll see you.
And that's going to be right before Kate's graduation.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Which is still happening.
Oh, it is. Oh my gosh.
Anyway, Blue Dove says, yay, housing market is bonkers. We accepted the second offer from the very first people who looked at it. $425K. Wow. Good job. Avocado. Angeline says avocado makes an amazing mousse. Danita says, Renee, what do you think about those Theraguns for massage? Are they safe? I can't seem to get my shoulders to relax, even with a massage and a chiropractor. Those are the punchy guns.
The thing, those punch guns, you have to kind of know what you're doing, I think, to use those. Because we got one, and you can't do it very hard, and you have to do it in the right place. So I think that they work better if you know what you're doing.
Which I don't.
Yeah.
Medicated Mastermind says Facebook bounced me off the live stream. Oh, wow.
Sorry.
Blaine says Chris is pronounced Amarilla. I own it. Renee says I wouldn't try a Theragun on the upper traps or shoulders just because it's going to be hard to control and a little ballistic too close to the cervical spine.
Yeah, that's the thing, because you don't want to
I like
put
it on my quads, though.
Yeah, it's on the thick part of any muscle, I think, is where... And I love it on my legs. Yeah.
Yep. Leanne says I switched from heavy whipping cream straight to butter, and my digestive tract didn't appreciate that. That's interesting.
Oh.
Jerry says, are you crying? There's no crying in baseball.
No crying. I'm not crying. You're crying.
Oh, man. Marie says I came in late. It's not sure if this has been asked. A member of the support group asked if natural strawberry would ever be a bulk bag in the chow box.
No.
I think that that Holly has said that no, she's not planning on doing that.
I still say, no.
Yeah, so I believe that is the case, that it won't be one of the big ones. Just
Any
because
of
it's so divisive. There's some people who really, really like it, and other people who are just like, are you stupid?
Yeah.
So
that's okay.
Yeah. So for the people who really like it, then, there you go. Let's see. Renee says Theragun is great for large muscles like quads, glutes, or hamstrings.
It really does.
Okay, so the 2.5 hours I spent zipping back and forth on the Wave Runner, looking at the shoreline, apparently in vain, my glutes and quads are on fire every time I move.
Got a good workout.
Like,
that's why you're crying.
That's it. They hurt so bad. And so I've been pumping the vitamin, the ibuprofen, you know.
The vitamin. Why don't we use that Theragun on you?
Renee says, Jerry, I say that to some patients, joking, of course, and they laugh. That's funny. Blue just says, I'm going to sign up for the cruise soon.
Oh.
Surely one more year will be enough time to be to be at a fighting and playing weight. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Actually, and Renee says, nice, Chris. Stretch. I should get out the stupid roller.
Duh.
What the heck?
That's a great roller. Those workouts that Bronson had us do, those feel so good on that roller.
Yep. Leanne says you have to show this video to your daughter on Father's Day. How precious. I actually, right after Miriam called me.
This is so cute, guys.
I had my phone
He's
out.
out on the lake looking for her, and I'm on the shore, and I called him to tell him that I called 911, right?
Yeah. Well, no, this is after they had found.
Okay. So this is after they came and talked to me and said that they were found. Right?
Yeah. So I had my phone out, so I just recorded her a video and sent it off.
Oh, you recorded a video? I thought it was audio.
No, it was a video.
Oh.
And my hair looks amazing because I took my hat off.
Oh.
Let's see. Melissa says, "Oh no, you froze. We have 0 drop frame."
Oh,
So,
man.
Anyway, so I sent it to her, and hopefully, if she's ever feeling down, she can just remember how much time and effort we're willing to put into making sure she's okay. So.
Which 2 hours is not that much time because we would do way more than that.
Oh yeah. Anyway, okay. So Diane wanted to know. We're just jumping from one thing to the other. Where can you find information on the low carb cruise? So if you go to lowcarbevents.com. So this is all of the keto and low carb things that we know of.
Yeah.
I should check because there's probably a couple more that have popped up at this point.
Yeah.
August is going to be nuts. You've got the Keto Summit in Omaha.
Which we're going to that.
The Keto Palooza Expo in San Diego.
Which Bronson is speaking at.
Yeah, which they're the day after each other. We're not going to make this one.
Which San Diego's probably closer to us.
Oh yeah, it'd be a lot easier to go to. Then there's Low Carb San Diego the following week.
Yes, so we're going to go to that too. We don't know who's going to go, but somebody.
The Keto Health and Wellness Summit, which is in Orlando.
Yes.
Did you ever write her back?
Yeah, we're sending stuff.
Okay, cool. So there's going to be Keto Chow and swag back for that. You've got Keto Palooza, which is run by Watch Autumn. That's going to be in September. This one, I need to check again. It was supposed to be just virtual.
Okay.
And I believe that it is now going to be in person as well.
Okay, well,
because Maria Emmerich had stuff about being able to attend a dinner with her.
Okay.
So, and then in October, we've got the Las Vegas Keto Expo.
You're going to go to that.
Yes.
Because I'm going to play. Because I can.
Yeah, she's going to go with the ladies to St. George, Utah, which is at the very bottom corner.
To Tuacahn, if you know what that is.
And I'm going to go with the boys, and we're going to go down to Vegas.
And not play.
Are you kidding? Why would I have time to play? We're going to be mixing Keto Chow and stuff. Anyway, this is where we're getting to. Okay, so you got the Metabolic Health Summit.
Yep, that's next
the beginning of May, and the Low Carb Cruise, which is at the end of May. And
I've done 2 low carb cruises. Have you only done one?
I've only done one.
Yeah. And
not that I'm bitter about that or anything.
Okay. It's so cool because if you've been to a trade show before, you catch a glimpse of one of those cool speakers or somebody you wanted to hang out with, and it's like, hi, and it's so exciting, and you get a picture. But on the low carb cruise, they're on the boat with you the whole time. You see them like 3 times. You hang out with Nurse Cindy in the pizza place, and you see Maria Emmerich on the stairs, and it's just so fun. You just really get to know the keto people, and you see them, and you're in the same room over and over and over again. So it's
the pizza thing was hilarious because we would everybody would just kind of show up there every night, and we would get the pizza and take the cheese and pepperoni off and eat them.
Throw the rest away.
And I actually convinced the lady
to make a cheese
twice to make a plate of the cheese and meat and put it through, just heat it up in the oven. And then when I went back to get it again, she's like, they said we can't do that anymore. I'm like, come on.
We're gonna eat the pizza.
We're gonna we're gonna throw away the stuff.
You know, like what?
Anyway.
It's all right.
Let's see. Shauna, I'm sorry. She says now she's crying. I'm not crying. You're crying. Older Pennsylvania says maybe we need a Keto Chow Airbnb out by you.
We should. I'm sure there's some.
Danita says, I heard from an old YouTube video something you mentioned in Keto Seattle. Is there such a thing?
There was last year.
Low Carb
2 years
USA
ago. Had
a Seattle one that they did.
Yeah, because they were talking about it at Omaha.
Oh, yeah?
Last year. And we hadn't.
I think that one actually got canceled.
We didn't go to it. And so we haven't heard anything else about that. But we'll check in. If you guys hear anything about any more conferences, we'll look those up, call around some people so that we can get those on those calendars so that we can keep track of them.
Leanne says, see you in Vegas, Chris and the boys. Yeah. Blaine says, Viva Las Keto.
Viva Las
I'm going to have to
Keto.
make sure that we get dinner with Dave Feldman at least one time when we're there.
You should. I love Dave.
I
love Dave so
Dave's
much.
a hugger.
He is.
Andrea says, I'm honestly so glad we're getting back to somewhat normal. The funny thing is, I don't know about where you guys live, but in Utah, our case counts are so low right now.
Yeah, they're good.
And if you're fully vaccinated, like, nobody is requiring you to wear a mask.
Yeah, our kids went to school without masks today for the first time. They were so excited. Sam's like, I got so scared when the principal came in because we were all not wearing our masks.
Well, so the governor of the state said, you know what, for the last week of school, no masks. Everyone's joking that it's like,
it's because by the time they get sick,
it's not our problem
then
anymore.
they're going to be home.
Okay, so Cynthia has a really good question. She says,
thanks, Cynthia.
I have no idea where to begin to try Keto Chow. Husband just decided to try keto. I'm getting ready to organize for this huge lifestyle change.
Oh, yeah.
Want to be sure he enjoys the journey. What do you suggest I begin with for the first purchase? I've never tried it before.
So I'd say get the starter bundle, or even maybe a couple of starter bundles or a couple of the bundles so you don't have a huge bag, because I'd hate for you to buy a big bag and then not like it. But the bundles have multiple little flavors, and you'll probably have your own blender bottles too.
So it's right here. New to Keto Chow. This is what Miriam's talking about.
Yep, try that out. Try mixing it. It's easiest to mix with heavy cream. And then also, this is what I would do. Take your week, look at it, and plan out all of the meals that you're going to make and do your grocery shopping ahead of time, because you'll feel so happy. Just get, a little calendar, print out from Google or something like that, right? Monday, breakfast, Keto Chow, lunch, fried egg and bacon, dinner,
or switch that.
Chicken.
Do eggs and bacon for breakfast and Keto Chow for lunch.
Well, just whatever. And I would go for meals that you already like, that are not like super associated with something else. Don't buy all these crazy expensive things, which Keto Chow
For that matter, if you don't want to start with Keto Chow,
too.
You can do it just with bacon and eggs and steak.
Hot dogs, hamburger patties, taco salad, just without beans and rice,
and make taco meat. We call it taco guts.
Yeah.
Actually, Kate
we just
calls
it
taco
meat.
guts.
Yeah.
But you take a bowl and you put some cheese and some taco meat and some sour cream and maybe some avocado and a little bit of salsa, and you just eat it with a spoon.
Super yummy. Yeah.
Like, who needs a taco shell?
Yep. Because when you eat out of taco shell anyway, you never eat it. So.
And the thing is, when you're eating a sandwich, when you're eating the taco, the thing that you want is the meat. At least, I don't know about you, but even since I was a little kid, when I'm eating a sandwich, I want the meat and cheese. All the other stuff is just to hold it.
But mentally, go for things that you already like, that you're not. Oh, thank you. So nice.
Renee says, Miriam, I love your earrings.
Oh, they match.
Yes, it matches that.
But the
you
dumb,
took it off.
ugly microphone was in the way.
The dumb, ugly microphone. Anyway, you were saying.
So I'm saying, Cynthia, and you can do this, and we'll cheer you on. Check out our Facebook support group, and you can ask questions in there. There's also a bunch of groups, the Keto Village Facebook page.
Oh, yes.
The Two Crazy Ketos Family Facebook page. There's a lot of really cool places to find.
Yeah, so again,
resources.
The Keto Village is a really good one. There are a lot of Facebook pages or Facebook groups that are...
Yeah, that you get some keto police on.
They're very difficult.
Yep.
That's a nice way to say it. Keto Village is very level-headed about what they talk about. Keto for Real Life People is also really good.
Oh yeah, that's
And the
Nancy
Two Crazy
Childers.
Ketos family group
Yeah,
is
that's
they're
probably
all
my favorite group.
yeah.
So yeah, I love it.
There you go. Leanne says Vegas just completely opened up today.
Okay,
Wow.
there we go.
Sean says California's a nanny state. It's like we have no brains, but so many people kind of don't. Okay.
Hey, I'm from California.
Heather says hello all. Hi Heather, how's your
Hi,
puppy?
Heather.
Renee
How's your
says
feel?
yeah, how's your Phil too? Renee says we're still required to wear masks at my work. Understandable, but for everywhere else I go without. And I donated blood, and the lady was like, "Yeah, it's nice you don't have to wear a mask." I'm like, "You still have to wear a mask." She's like, "I've always had to wear a mask because they're
Because they're
there."
doing that.
Yeah. Nia says you're not going to be as hungry, so don't buy as much food. That is
That's true.
a very good point.
Yeah.
When you're eating the right, people a lot of times will complain that keto food is expensive. Now you don't have to get the grass-fed beef. You can if you want to, if you like that flavor and everything like that.
It's
Anyway,
cute.
you don't have to get that stuff. The return for getting the higher priced beef isn't really worth it.
Isn't as great as just the health benefits of regular beef.
Anyway.
Like, both beefs are good.
But a lot of people will complain that when you start to go keto and you start, getting these higher quality foods, rather than just filling up on pasta, that it's more expensive. And it would be if you were eating the same amount of food. But a lot of times people will find that, you get a bunch of chicken thighs. I challenge you to eat more than 4 or 5 chicken thighs.
That's a lot of chicken thighs.
Yes, it is.
I could probably eat 4.
Or just get a bunch of quarter-pound hamburgers and cook them in a frying pan. And how much does that cost? Not very much. And you can really get some good nutrition and just be super successful.
Yep.
Anyway.
And I just say, lay it out on a piece of paper and say, this is going to be my week. I look at the schedule that I have. I'll make Keto Chow for these couple of meals because I'm running and I'll be fast. And then make yourself a salad and a little hamburger patty and some avocado, and then the next day have broccoli and a steak and a salad. Just write it all down. And don't have to make it super complicated. Like, if you see all these awesome recipes, you don't have to try them all this week.
No.
You can just do one or none.
Well, this says I'm the weirdo still wearing my mask in Texas, but it's a tiger face and I don't want to give it up.
Tiger face.
Renee says, so pretty. Somebody says, I'm mostly carnivore. He's a bread eater. Thank you.
Ooh.
That's funny because usually you tend to have the guy who is like, I don't want to eat. Those vegetables are food my food eats. Dina says, that's how I am with pizza. I peel off the toppings, roll it up, and eat it.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, every time I eat the toppings off pizza, it seems like somebody asks me, don't you want to eat that? I'm like, no, do you want to eat it? And they're like, no. I'm like, hey, neither do I. Blaine says that you can't really see your microphone behind the banner. See, it's not dumb.
Or the paper.
Andrew said, I made 2 pounds of taco guts with spicy taco keto chow and my homemade 2 seasonings.
Ooh,
Yummy
nice.
guts. Somebody says, thanks again, Keto Police. I've heard of that.
Yeah. Well, and it's the whole, you have to do the perfect sweetener, and you have to do the perfect this, and you have
that's not keto.
That's not keto. Like, somebody says carrots aren't keto. Okay, you know what? Carrots are a vegetable. They are so many carbs.
They have as
choose
much
how many carbs
as
you're going
tomatoes and onions.
Tomatoes and onions, yes. And if you're going to eat those, they're keto. Like,
I will absolutely sacrifice carbs for onions.
You choose what you're going to
a lot of times for
eat.
tomatoes.
And you also, will have the consequences for whatever that is.
Yep.
And so people that say, that's not keto, because Chris would always say, carrots aren't keto. I'm like, onions are the same as carrots.
But I don't want to eat carrots if
I know,
can't
but
eat,
I'm just saying,
It's not that they're not keto. It's just they don't want to have
it. The counting game.
Older Pennsylvania says living on keto is pretty chill too. Wendy and Harry.
Oh, yes.
Fun. They're super fun.
They have do they have a page? Facebook
I don't
page?
know. I just watched their YouTube.
Yeah.
We need to catch up on carbs.
Autumn.
And watch Autumn Keto.
Watch Autumn Keto. And the Keto Crafter.
Renee says, I do feel bad for my patients. I'm taken out of the rooms. They wear masks too, walk in the halls.
Yeah.
Confident Fit Mom says, your chaffle recipe is our favorite, and we've been making those into grilled cheese sandwiches. Yes.
Grilled cheese sandwiches
Especially
are so
with
good.
the chicken. It is so good.
So good.
Let's see. Blaine says, you may have been born in California, but you got out as soon as you could.
That's right.
That's not far off.
I lived there 6 months.
Jerry says,
My
hopefully we
parents
can
are
order
both
the
from
low-carb
California, though.
pizza so Patty can eat it. She has celiac, so we need an option.
Oh, yeah.
Princess really catered to her food allergy. Hopefully Royal Caribbean. You know what? They probably will.
They will for...
It's funny. You pull out a food allergy and they're like, okay.
Yeah. Ours is... I mean, I really do appreciate when restaurants say, is an allergy or a preference. And I just say it's a preference because if a little bit of something gets in my food, I'm not going to die.
Yeah.
Because I'm really not allergic to it. I choose not to eat it, and that's fine. But, yeah, I'm grateful that, restaurants will ask that. Because I think it's kind.
Let's see. Shauna says she whips off her mask as soon as she hits the exit door. Renee says, yeah, I have allergy and asthma. I've just been exposed so many times at this point to keep active, healthy lungs with all I do.
Yeah.
Cynthia says, yeah, I'm not able to eat what my eyes want to eat. I feel it fast. There you go. Older Pennsylvania says food prepping in bulk takes away excuses.
That's
true.
true.
Jerry is getting his Blackstone on Thursday. I don't know about the current ones, but when I got my Blackstone, it came unseasoned. Like it was shiny steel.
Yeah.
And so I just had I got a 15-pound box of bacon and I just cooked a bunch of bacon.
It was a delicious day.
It was. And then I kept on doing it. And now it's really got a good surface going. I cooked those pancakes on Sunday and they came. It was nonstick like you wouldn't believe.
Have we ever used the Blackstone and not cooked bacon at the same time?
Yeah, I did that on Sunday. I just cooked the pancakes. I've done just eggs on there many times.
Yeah.
Let's see. Andrew says keto police. Someone told me recently I'm wasting my money on Keto Chow, and I laughed and told her to tell my butt it's lost 3 inches. That has lost 3 inches. That.
Good for you.
That's funny. Renee says I love taco guts. So cute. Dina says the best advice I was given when starting keto was don't ever think it. It's working down almost 45 pounds.
Yep. Don't overthink it because the stress will get you right there just thinking about it. Stresses you out. So
yep.
Don't
Carol
overthink
says,
it.
I make a meal plan every week. It really helps me. And Blaine
Yep.
says, to paraphrase Diamond Dallas Page, make the keto your own. Okay. John says, I'm thinking I should have put a chaffle maker in my package I mailed off. I guess I could throw it in my carry-on.
Right?
They'll be like, ma'am, what's this?
It's a waffle
It's
iron.
a waffle maker.
It's only this big. No big deal.
Yeah, I think those are perfectly fine for taking on the plane. Blaine says, being the only one commenting on Facebook, I feel almost like I'm talking to myself. No, Denise is there. She says, what is the Blackstone? The Blackstone, it's a griddle.
It's a flat top.
Flat top.
Griddle.
Yeah, think of a backyard barbecue.
Like a camp chef.
That's a giant frying pan. Huge frying pan.
So it has like the little side things that are...
Yep.
Oh, excuse me.
TC's life is off. Time for bed. Good night, all.
Good night, TC.
Cynthia says, really enjoyed your down to earth chat. I've been missing each one until the best end. Caught you tonight. Glad I did.
Yay.
Enjoy. Oh, okay. Jerry says, I'm pretty sure it won't be seasoned, and I'll have to do that. Blackstone doesn't recommend bacon for seasoning. Watch about 20 hours of Blackstone.
Really?
You know
Whoopsie.
what? I don't care if they recommend it for seasoning
we
or
did.
not. Eventually, you cook enough meat on there, and it seasons.
Yeah.
Bernie says, thank you, Chow family.
And
What?
Cynthia, let us know how your husband does.
Yeah.
Because we want to know and we can throw out more ideas for you. So.
Yep. So we had one more question.
Okay.
Lynn
Yeah.
had a question about macronutrient ratios for someone that's just starting out keto.
Okay.
Speaking
yeah,
of which.
speaking of starting out keto.
Bob says, ninjas put you in my feet again. Yay. Anyway, okay, so she wanted to know, should the person just starting off
Or
keto,
he.
Or he, start with, well, this was specifically about a girl.
Okay.
Should they start with a higher protein amount or do 70% fat, 25% protein, 5% carbs from the beginning since they aren't fat adapted yet, and then go with the higher protein later? So should you start with higher protein at the beginning or at the end?
I think you could just try either one. I would maybe not worry so much about macros to start and just take out the carbs, and then if you're hungry, add a little bit more fat.
And here's the thing. So it is a bit of a trick question
Mm-hmm.
because the percentage macronutrients thing,
Mm-hmm.
that's for treating epilepsy. You only do percentages for epilepsy. And a traditional like ketogenic diet, like the way that it's been done since 1918, would be for treating epilepsy.
Yeah.
If you're doing a ketogenic diet to lose fat,
Mm-hmm.
you don't do percentages.
Yeah.
You do no like grams. So you still want to hit your protein goal. However much protein you need, that's like a minimum. You never want to go below that. If you go above that, it's actually fine. Carbs, that's an absolute
It's
limit.
a limit. You want to go under that if you possibly can, as low
Well,
as
what about
possible.
fat?
Fat, you just eat to satiety. It's a lever that you can move.
Now, if you're starting off, you're just trying to get past the carb addiction, like you were saying.
Yep.
So going over on your fat,
It's probably
who cares?
fine. Yeah.
Just get over
Because you are
the
getting
carb
yourself,
addiction.
it'll take a while to get fat adapted too.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't worry about that. That's, who was it that said that? Don't overthink it because then you have a hard time.
Yeah. So, yeah, my recommendation would be make sure you're getting the right amount of protein,
Mm-hmm.
stay below the amount of carbs, and get the fat that makes you satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, you can start to bring down the fat and start using the fat storage that you have. This stuff right here. Okay. Let's see. Cynthia says, thank you, I shall. Blaine says, I scored a blacksmith tailgater for $120.
Blackstone.
What did I
Nice.
say? Blacksmith?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
'Cause
Well, that says we use an
Blaine's
electric.
hanging out with Blacksmith.
Well, it says we use an electric griddle a lot. We need to get our grill and smoker going for summer though.
Oh, yeah.
Jerry says reasoning given on seasoning with bacon. It's the nitrates in the bacon, something that would warp the steel and cause premature flaking. I don't know about that,
if that's
but
the thing. Because the
it worked for me.
nitrates, yeah, nitrates are a big topic.
if you just have to Google Dr.
Berry.
Berry, Berry,
Nitrates.
nitrates. Your
has
saliva produces so much
many.
nitrates.
Yeah.
Any nitrates that might be in food that you eat are absolutely
It's
irrelevant.
crazy. It's so crazy.
It's like worrying about I don't
Hair.
know. It's like
hair
worrying
on the
about
phone.
accidentally ingesting
A piece of dirt.
Yeah. Like seriously, it's so funny. Once you understand the whole nitrates thing is like completely not a thing.
But
at
I'm
all.
sure that's not the same
Yeah,
thing that they're saying.
they're
but
not. It's not.
It's interesting.
My understanding was actually that the polyunsaturated fats in other fats besides bacon fat season quicker. That actually canola oil is one of the better ones you can use.
But then that's canola oil.
Yeah, then it's oxidizing all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Heather says Phil is working 88 hours this week.
Oh,
So
man.
Keto Chow. Katrina says I'm
Poor
trying to
guy.
organize all these single meal bags, and I just realized I could that I would want from what I would want from Keto Chow app recipes, of course, and a supply tracker where I could see how much of each flavor I have.
Oh, your own personal stash tracker?
Well,
All
it would
right.
have to be like keyed into a macro tracker that every
Yeah.
time you used a thing of Keto
would
Chow, it
deduct.
decremented it.
Yeah,
That'd be interesting.
it would be.
Um,
you should get it on a little carousel.
Blue Dove says weird. Maybe use beef tallow. See, fry up hamburgers. Yeah. Leanne says when you guys say go with higher fat at first, how long is it first? A week, 2, a month? Really, as long as you feel like you need it. I
a couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about a couple of months. I would think more like a couple of weeks.
It depends on how long it takes to get fat adapted. Really.
That's true.
And it depends
Well,
on
no, it's not.
if you're
It's not
feeling
fat adapted. It's for your insulin to come down.
if you're feeling satiated or not.
That's true.
Because if you're feeling, and the other thing that's difficult is the emotional draw to the carbohydrates. And so if you have an association with bread, with your anniversary, with grilled cheese sandwiches with the day you had your baby. Like those are, special moments that you associate with carbs and you feel that draw. And when you can have some fat, then your stomach feels full and satiated, and then you can talk your brain out of wanting those things too sometimes. So, yeah, it's just dependent on you.
There you go. Carol says, I need to check on my husband. He's still out there delivering the mail. These holidays have pros and cons for our carriers, for sure. Good night all. Well, hope you find him soon. Carol says, I want bacon now. Bob points out they will need electrolytes to avoid the keto flu when they start.
You will need electrolytes.
Renee says, Chris, don't forget the foam roll. Get some electrolytes and water in, and after to flush the lactic acid.
Yeah.
Nina says, yes, and the electrolytes. Let's see. Yeah, Jerry says, yeah, it's cold rolled steel and comes unseasoned.
Yep, just like ours was.
Cena says, I was going to say, Dr. Ken Berry, nitrates, bacon overtakes nitrates. Yes.
Yep.
Ray says, oh, wow, I'm going to Google nitrates and Dr. Berry. Yes, that is how you, B-E-R-R-Y. But actually, Google will fix it.
Yep, it will.
Blaine says, I like to tell new keto people to remember KISS. Keto is super simple.
Yep.
Whole real food, keep your carbs low. I do 30 total carbs.
Yep.
So, there you go. Bluto says, I so hope Dr. Berry will be involved in the low-carb cruise. I can't remember if he is.
He was supposed to be going when it was original.
He was going to be... Yeah. The 2021, I think he was heavily involved in. But then it didn't happen. So, yeah, I'm not sure.
I assume he would. Because he was taking over
Jerry
for Jimmy.
says he believes that him and Nisha are scheduled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was taking over for Jimmy. Because Jimmy was on his thing.
Yeah, Jimmy had been doing the kind of the managing of it, and then, or the coordinating of a lot of it, but because he was on the sabbatical, he wasn't doing it. Okay, well, we're gonna go.
I was just gonna find out. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't think they have the speakers listed. Plus, it changed. Heather says Dr. Berry will be in Omaha.
Yeah.
You think he'll actually have the baby this time? The baby you still haven't seen?
He's gonna be 10 by the time I see him.
All right. Well, we're out, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll be on tomorrow morning.
I'll try not to cry next time.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.